My dear brothers and sisters, let me ask you something. Have you ever walked into a room filled with people yet felt completely alone? As if you were speaking a language no one around you could understand? Maybe you've always felt out of place, different, or even misunderstood. This feeling isn't random. It's as though your path was meant to be different, crafted uniquely for you. The struggles you've faced may not have been obstacles, but signs. Subtle reminders from Allah that He is shaping you for something greater. But here's the truth, these signs aren't always loud or obvious. They often come as quiet whispers in your heart, moments that may seem ordinary to others but carry deep meaning for you. In this video, we'll uncover 7 powerful signs that distinguish certain souls, not to inspire pride, but to encourage reflection. Because each of us is being prepared by Allah for a unique journey. And the beauty of these signs is that they aren't limited to a chosen few, they are lessons for anyone seeking to understand themselves and strengthen their connection with Allah. So stay with me until the end, you may begin to see your life in a way you've never seen before. Number 1. A sense of being out of place. Have you ever sat among friends or family, and while everyone else was absorbed in conversation, you felt distant, lost in your own thoughts? Perhaps you've asked yourself why gossip, materialism, or endless competition felt uncomfortable to you, even when others seemed perfectly fine with them. Maybe as a child, you struggled to fit into groups where shallow things were celebrated, chasing popularity, status, or wealth. It wasn't that you didn't understand, it's that your heart longed for something deeper. This is not a coincidence. Many who experience this are being shaped by Allah for a higher purpose. Look at the example of Prophet Muhammad. Even before revelation, he would withdraw from the chaos of Mecca to seek solitude in the cave of Hira. He wasn't escaping the world, he was being prepared to transform it. So, perhaps those times when you felt out of place were not rejections. They were Allah's way of protecting your heart from distractions and drawing you closer to Him. But feeling different isn't always easy, especially when it begins to affect how others see and treat you. Number 2. The weight of being misunderstood. Have you ever shared your thoughts or feelings, only to be met with blank stares, or worse, criticism? Maybe your values were labeled too strict, your dreams too unrealistic, or your ideas too deep. It's painful, my dear brothers and sisters. Sometimes, the very people closest to us, our family, friends, even companions, fail to understand the weight of what we carry inside. It can feel isolating, like you're holding a burden no one else can see. This is a reality for many who choose a different path. Perhaps you stepped away from a toxic environment, rejected the lure of materialism, or chose your deen over fleeting pleasures. While others may mock or question your choices, Allah sees. He knows every time you choose His path over worldly temptation. Think about the story of Prophet Nuh. For 950 years he called his people to Allah, warning them, guiding them, yet only a handful believed. Even his own son turned away. Imagine the pain he must have felt. And yet he remained steadfast, because his mission wasn't about pleasing people, it was about obeying Allah. My dear brothers and sisters, maybe you've faced moments like this too. Times when people questioned your choices, misunderstood your intentions, or labeled you as too different. These are not signs of weakness. They are reminders that you're walking a path not meant for everyone. But what happens when this misunderstanding pushes you to a breaking point? When relationships strain, when people distance themselves, and when you're left to make difficult choices? That leads us to the next sign. Number 3. A call to walk alone. There will be moments in life when the people you once leaned on begin to drift away. Not because you did something wrong, but because your growth makes them uncomfortable. The closer you draw to Allah, the more distant the world around you may begin to feel. Think about it. How many times have relationships changed once you started taking your faith seriously? Maybe you stopped engaging in gossip, refused to take part in certain behaviors, or simply prioritized your salah over social gatherings. Slowly, the invitation stopped. The calls became fewer. And those who once surrounded you faded into the background. It hurts, doesn't it? To realize that some connections were built on shallow grounds instead of genuine understanding and respect. But my dear brothers and sisters, this is not a loss. It is a purification. Allah removes those who don't uplift your soul, so that your heart has room for those who will. Look at Prophet Ibrahim. His own people rejected him, even threatened him with fire. Yet he stood alone, unwavering in his faith. And what did Allah do? He turned the fire into safety and peace. Perhaps your own solitude is a fire Allah is cooling for you, preparing your heart for something greater. But solitude isn't meant to break you. It has a purpose. And that leads us to the next sign. Number 4. A heart that finds peace in solitude. Have you noticed how today's world demands constant noise and distraction? Endless scrolling, notifications, and the pressure to always stay connected. Yet despite all this, maybe you've felt a unique calm when you step away from it all, as though your soul craves something the world cannot provide. This isn't weakness. It's clarity. A heart that finds peace in solitude is often a heart Allah is drawing closer to Him. In a world where so many chase validation through likes, comments, and followers, the ability to feel complete without it is a hidden blessing. Perhaps you've already started pulling back from things that once seemed so important. Endless socializing, chasing wealth, or competing for status. It's not because you're running away, it's because Allah is reminding you where true contentment lies, with Him alone. Remember the Prophet Muhammad. Before receiving revelation, he would seek solitude in the cave of Hira. It wasn't an escape. It was preparation. A way for his heart to align fully with the mission Allah was about to entrust him with. Allah's plan is always perfect. And maybe, my dear brothers and sisters, your moments of solitude are not empty, they are preparing you for something greater. But let's be honest, solitude isn't always easy. It can feel heavy, even unsettling, especially when the people around you don't understand it. And that brings us to the next sign. Number 5. The burden of strained relationships. Relationships today often feel fragile, don't they? Like walking on eggshells. You try to keep the peace, but misunderstandings creep in. No matter how much effort you give, you're sometimes met with coldness, judgment, or even betrayal. And it leaves you asking, why is it so hard to truly connect with others? My dear brothers and sisters, this is not just a test of patience, it's also a sign. When Allah is shaping you for a higher purpose, He often removes relationships that no longer serve your spiritual growth. Maybe you've had to let go of toxic friendships. Maybe you've distanced yourself from family members who crossed your boundaries. It hurts, but it's necessary. Think about it. How many times have you compromised your values just to please others? How many times have you felt drained by people who took more than they gave? These are not coincidences. They are signs from Allah to realign your priorities and remind you, no bond should ever outweigh your bond with Him. Strained relationships don't mean you're failing. They mean you're growing. Allah is teaching you to lean more on Him, to seek His companionship when others fall short. And in those moments when the pain feels unbearable, when you're tempted to give up on people altogether, there is still another lesson waiting. Number 6. A resilience that grows in silence. Have you ever felt like the battles you're fighting are yours alone? That while the world keeps moving, you're quietly carrying struggles no one else can see. It's not because you're weak. It's because Allah is teaching you a strength that doesn't depend on recognition. In today's world, everyone wants their struggles acknowledged, their sacrifices noticed, their efforts praised. But when Allah hides your battles from others, He also protects your reward with Him. Every silent tear, every unspoken frustration, every time you chose patience instead of anger, Allah saw it all. This is the kind of resilience that builds faith. It's not loud. It doesn't seek attention. It's quiet, steady, and unwavering. And this strength doesn't come from yourself alone. It comes from trusting Allah's plan, even when you don't understand it. But what is all this resilience preparing you for? That's where everything ties together in the final sign. Number 7. A heart that clings to hope. No matter how heavy the trials, how lonely the path, or how misunderstood you feel, there's always been a small voice inside your heart whispering, "Keep going. This is not the end." That voice, my dear brothers and sisters, is your connection to Allah. It's the rope of hope that keeps despair away. Have you noticed that even in your darkest moments, there's always something? A dua that gave you comfort. A verse from the Quran that spoke directly to your pain. A reminder that lit up your heart just when you needed it most. That is Allah's mercy. That is His way of keeping you close. And if your heart still clings to hope, despite everything, it is a sign that He has never left you. Sparkles, so remember this. Feeling different, misunderstood, or even alone does not mean you are lost. It may mean Allah is preparing you, shaping you, for a purpose greater than you can imagine. Even if it's just a brief moment of clarity that pulls you back, know that it's not an accident. Allah reminds us in the Quran, "Verily, with hardship comes relief." This hope you feel isn't just optimism. It's a divine gift. It's what makes you stronger after every setback, and more grateful after every blessing. While the world may tell you to give up, Allah assures you that every tear has a purpose, and every trial has an end. Think about your own life. When relationships fell apart, when opportunities slipped away, or when the weight of expectations felt unbearable. Somehow, there was still a spark of hope that pushed you forward. That spark, my dear brothers and sisters, is your proof that Allah has always been near. Conclusion. As we reflect on these 7 signs, a profound truth becomes clear. Allah never places challenges or unique paths in your life without reason. Every hardship, every feeling of being different, and every silent triumph is part of His greater plan for you. These signs are not just reminders of your struggles. They are proofs of Allah's love, His care, and His intention to raise you higher. So the next time you feel alone, misunderstood, or burdened, remember, you are being prepared, shaped, guided. Every moment is leading you closer to the person Allah created you to be. If today's discussion touched your heart, I invite you to take a step further. Look back at your childhood and your past experiences. Those moments you thought were simply difficulties may actually have been part of Allah's plan to prepare you for something greater. There's a video on the screen now that explores this more deeply. Don't miss it. It may open your eyes to connections you've never noticed before. And before you go, I'd love for you to make this a personal reminder. Leave a comment below with the words, "Ya Allah, guide me to see the wisdom in your plan." Or write whatever dua resonates with your heart. A small action, but one that could inspire both you and others to hold tightly to faith through life's trials. Jazakumullahu khairan for watching. May Allah bless you with peace, patience, and strength as you continue walking your unique path.